Look at the first period. The pace of that period was back and forth, up and down. Where we got behind was in the second period. We spent a lot of energy killing penalties, 6 minutes in penalties in the second period. All of a sudden now you're trying to play at a high pace, a high level of intensity, with fatigue as a factor, and that's obviously not a positive way to go. Yeah, it was right to the right side of the bench. Obviously, he went in a tough and awkward position. You never want to see or hear the announcement that was made today. So, hope that he's able to fully recover, and hate to hear that a player is injured.
Do you agree that a suspension wasn't warranted because of
Yeah, I mean it's a fast play on the wall. In terms of, you know, you know, to sit here and debate it, I think in front of everybody, kind of turns into a sideshow, and I don't want it to be that. Like exactly what I said. I hate to see that Andrew's injured. It's a fast play in tight spaces on the wall, and he went in awkwardly, and I hate to see the end result of that. Yeah, it's his birthday today, so it's been a good birthday week for him. But he's earned. I just see a kid that's he's kind of beyond his years. He handles everything very well. He's got a great presence about him. He's comfortable with the situation, and he showed that on the ice. He's done a nice job. So obviously the stakes get a little bit higher again tonight. We'll see how he reacts in that situation in his third game. But he's got good people around him, right? He's in that room with some good veteran players around him, and I believe he takes it all in, and then and just kind of collects himself and goes out and does his job. And that's what you want, and that's what you expect at this time of year. Now the level goes up tonight. The intensity goes up, so he's got another opportunity to go out and raise that level. No, I don't know that it's shifted. From game to game, you have to do the job at hand. And like I said the other night, those guys, they were able to dictate, a lot throughout the game. So we'll have to do a better job there tonight. But that's, I guess you're asking that question, and for sure, from a standpoint of looking at their group, that's the key. Our key might be a little bit different in terms of the meetings that we're having inside of our room. Our group's always been a group that's looked within and looked at the things that we can control, and we won't be any different today. That's the one thing. Contrary to everybody else's belief, our guys have earned the right to be here too. I don't know. We can play that either way, I guess. And we can play it up. We can downplay it. What I just mentioned there. I guess I'm being quite honest. Our guys coming into this series weren't just happy to get into the series. We had expectations as well, even though they're not from the external world, and that's where the pressures come on them. That obviously is a different outlook. Ours, come more internally from our own group. And you know what? Like our guys have earned the right to play under this type of a scenario and play with this pressure. They've earned that right. So, Game 7, pressure on, pressure off. Does it really matter? It's Game 7. Let's go. Yeah, he's really quietly, just quietly stepped forward even a little more. I mean, he's played important minutes for us all year. He's a big piece of our group back there. He and Will Borgen have continued to grow their role throughout the year. But quietly in this series, I think he's been real good for us. Right, he's logged big minutes. He's been efficient. He's been a part of the offense without putting himself in too many bad spots, especially considering the competition that he's playing against. And that's an awareness that you always have to have when you're on the ice against, McKinnon, Rantanen, and these guys, and he's done a nice job of that. So leading and heading into Game 7, he's a guy that we'll have to rely on, and we will rely on a lot tonight. Have I played Game 7? Can't remember, back to junior days, so that's a long time ago. It's too long ago. No, I've been, and at this level, I've been part with Toronto as an assistant. We were part of the, obviously one was a Game 5, one was a Game 7. But no, those are the only Game 7s at the pro level.
Did anything change for coaching staff going into that game? Obviously, the margin for error.
It really does. Does it change? For sure. You wake up in the morning and it's Game 7. So again, I guess I can play that either way. I can lie to you guys or tell you it's a little different. It's exciting. There's a lot on the line. One team is done after tonight. One team moves on. So it's but in terms of routine, no, it's the same. You get to this point of the series, the teams know each other so well. Preparation remains pretty routine, but in reality, in terms of long meetings or anything like that, it's not necessary, right? We'll do our regular game day routine. We'll have our regular preparation. We'll make a couple tweaks to things as we go through, and some things that we want to focus and concentrate on tonight, and then we'll make sure we're ready to play.
Do you think there's any difference on how a team gets Game 7, whether you're losing it there or winning it there?
Well, that's the reality, right? One team ties the series up, one team was ahead. I think really what you're asking, there is, how does momentum carry, right? Without trying to re-ask your question, I've talked a lot. I'm not one that really believes that even during a playoff series that a lot of momentum carries from one game to the next. Truly believe you have to create your own momentum each night. This series has gone back and forth. No team has won more than 2 in a row. So it's been a back and forth series. It's not a real surprise that we're here in Game 7. And now, I don't believe it matters how you got here, whether you were up 3-2 or down 3-2. Like I said, you wake up this morning and it's Game 7, and one team will move on, and one team's season is over.
Good. Thanks, Todd.
Thanks.